Hey, what's going on, guys? G1X here, and today I thought we'd take a look at Transformers Commando vs. Deadend. Now, this was my favorite G1 Stunticon because he was the Porsche 928, and I liked his character a lot, but obviously needed an update. This is also the car that was used in Risky Business, so I am very partial to this. I like it a lot, but since they had to update it, I think that this was an excellent choice as far as design-wise. You can see that you have these giant rims on here, which they did paint the rims, so very nicely done there. You can see some silver paint here and here. This is just a gray piece of plastic, so it's a little unfortunate they didn't paint this red and the bottom lip right here red to make it just silver throughout here. But if they had to save on costs to give us maybe some paint right here on the headlights, I'd much prefer this, so I think they did a nice decision there. As far as the gray or kind of graphite-looking plastic you can see here at the front, so to make that front bumper or kind of lip kit right here, I think that's really nice. There is a tamper-graphed stripe going down. It doesn't go back here, but that's fine. You can kind of see that they wanted to mimic that of the original toy as well. And it never went all the way to the back, so that's fine. As far as windows, they did paint all four, even the back black, so that was kind of surprising because, again, Hasbro's done this before to where they painted the front three, but they never painted the back window. So to get that is, you know, Hasbro, you're kind of stepping up the game a little bit, so I appreciate that. Again, no painted taillights, but you can kind of see the molding of where the taillights would be or what it would look like. We can focus on that. Yeah, so not too bad looking, and just like the old one, you have the little port back there. Now, as far as attaching its weapons, this guy has the crappiest weapon. It's kind of a exhaust melee club, which is kind of weird looking. I much would have preferred some kind of gun or an axe, kind of like they gave off-road, but you can plug it here to the side, and yeah, I don't like that because it's, to me, if I have one on one end, I want it on the other one, and plus it kind of covers up those nice rims. So I much prefer not to have the weapons accessorized in alt mode, but there you go. Now, to get this guy into his leg mode, we'll go with that first. Just kind of extend this little piece just like so. With this section here at the top, we are just going to kind of wiggle this so we can get our fingers or fingernails in there to, come on. There we go. To lift that all the way back, this section is just going to flip and come back all the way to give you the leg. Now, again, Hasbro says this is the way that it's intended to go. Again, with the knee here, I think that looks kind of ridiculous looking, so I spin it this way, and this is how I have Minosaur. The camera will focus. It keeps on going out of focus, so I apologize. So not too bad. Obviously, you put this up. Been forgetting that. And it does have some movement there. It can go back thus far. It also can, you know, rotate here. So put him back into his car mode shortly. There we go. You got to get all these little silver pieces clicked in together to get it to close properly, and then you can put that back. So to get him, there we go, into his robot mode, again, just kind of wiggle that off, wiggle this back so you can free this up a little bit, so you can grab, you know, with your fingernails and pull that back all the way. This section, we're just going to pull that back for now. This will open up like so. You can go ahead and unfold these down. And with this section, you're actually going to want to make sure that these are all the way up against here, just because there's a little groove there. If you can see my fingernail in it, right there. There is that little section that's going to just kind of slide up in there, and that's what's going to kind of lock that, make that secure. Do the same thing with this, and make sure that that fits in there. There you go. So there's the legs. You're going to go ahead and rotate the waist, or you can do it later. Either way, it doesn't matter. With the arms, go ahead and lift these up and out. This section here is going to come down, and there are these two pegs and these two holes right here. That's going to fit in there, just like so. And with this back section, instead of coming back like this, you're actually going to pop this back, and it's going to set down, just like so. Then with the arms, the only thing left is the hands, and they have nice ratchets. And grab this one. And you can kind of bend the elbows a little bit there. Twist the head, and there you have Deadend. So not too bad of a character, or not character, but you know, robot mode. I much prefer off-road. This guy's probably my second favorite. Or it's about tied with Dragstrip. I do like him quite well. But the only thing missing with him is his feet. He doesn't really have feet. Or I guess these little bit stubby things are supposed to represent that. I wish there was something that they could have done a little bit better there, but I guess it is what it is. As far as the head rotating, it's not as good as off-road, so you don't get all that range of movement there, so he can't kind of tilt his head to side, but it does rotate. You get a little bit, as you can see. With the arms, they do go back and forth like so. They rotate here. They also bend at the bicep, bend at the elbow 90 degrees. The fist can go in. They do not rotate. With the waist, it obviously rotates. The legs can go forward, back, all the way out. They rotate or swivel here at the thigh and bend 90 degrees, or maybe a little bit more there at the knee. So there he is, and since I do have, you know, the G1, we'll go ahead and transform him. Very simple. And this just comes back like so. So this is basically what he is modeled off of whenever we get, I didn't do this with Wild Rider just because, or with Off-Road, just because Wild Rider's a little bit different there, and he is going to get his own character. But you can kind of see there, there's a little bit of, you know, orange are the stickers here, so you get a little bit of orange here. Nothing here, but they did paint some orange. They painted some silver. You got the Tampograph Decepticon logo on there, so it's all right. I know a lot of people have said that this is probably their favorite one. And just kind of give you a little 360. It does have a little bit of a backpack. This won't come down any more than what it is. But now to get this guy in, or let's give him his weapon real quick so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There's his melee weapon, and you could obviously turn this into a gun, and he could hold that if you wanted to. Or I guess you could even make this kind of some kind of weird gun, even though the exhaust is like shooting up. But to get him into his arm mode, go ahead and put these fists in. And I do this guy in leg mode. I'm not really fond of his arm mode, but I'll show it off to you. So with this section, the way that this is done, you're going to come back with it and pop that into place. This will untab here and go back with that. And now you'll fold back this way. So instead of the wheels being on this side, they're just going to be facing out like this, like it was in his leg mode. Then with the arms, you're just going to kind of tuck those together like this. This section here is going to spin down. Go ahead and connect those. Rotate that. You get your arm here, or your hand. And just move that around, and then you can put this in there, and this gives you your arm mode. So you have this section here, so you can move this back and forth. You can rotate this section here. You can also rotate here. This bends up here. It also bends here at the elbow or lower section there, and this obviously rotates. The problem that I have with Deadend and his car mode and in his, you know, alt mode here is that this back section does not click into place very well. You have these pegs right here. One goes on top, the other one on bottom, and then there's this little series of pegs and just one over there. It just doesn't stay together very well. So even as much as I try. So that's like my big issue with him, is getting those legs to stay together. But there's the, you know, the arm mode with that. We'll go back into his vehicle mode. Just rotate this. We'll leave that down. Push that back. Come down with these. With this section, I'm going to come back with this. And it's all about getting, you know, this lined up right. Where now we can close that, and that fits into there fine. And with the legs, go ahead and move that back around. Kind of get those back together, and this will open and close up here. And then you can, again, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this doesn't even stay together. You can see it popping out right there. So it just takes a little bit of like wiggling and getting it just right. At least on my particular figure. Now you can see that it's, you know, it's all closed up. Everything looks nice again, but it's just those back legs. So if you're having that problem too, you know, put it in the comments. Let other people know that if it's not a common problem, it's just mine. You know, that way people know what's up, because I only own this one figure, so I don't own multiple, you know, versions of this guy, so I can't speak. If I own 5 of them, this was the only bad one, then I guess it's not a, you know, a widespread problem. But on my figure, it's a little bit difficult to get those legs to stay together. So anyways, there's a look at Deadend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching. I will talk to you later. Peace.